Hello buddy, Insane Frame here and welcome to another video. Now I have to admit fault on my part from one of my videos, which is when I did the 1 endurance and no healing challenge. I made 2 mistakes. The first was I had the Vault Canteen going into the cave to get the Rat Slayer. That heals you passively, so that's my bad. And the second is I didn't realise I healed when I went to Legion camp. So I'm going to go on record and say I failed that challenge. Not because it wasn't possible, because I went ahead and broke the rules. So to make up for that, today we're going to ask the question, can you beat Fallout New Vegas in hardcore mode without taking any damage? Now not only is this a harder challenge because we can't take damage period, but for those of you that don't know, hardcore mode adds a survival element to the game. If you don't drink, eat or sleep, you will get stat penalties to your special stats. And if you ignore any of these needs for long enough, it can actually make your character die. So it's definitely a difficult challenge, but it's not all bad since we can forego endurance and sell all our healing items, and on top of that, we can use any weapon we see fit. So this will be a brutal yet fun challenge. So with that disclaimer out the way and our challenge set up, let's explain the rules. We cannot take any damage at all, not even 1 hit point. No glitches or exploits, no cheating or modding the game's files, and we'll be playing on very hard difficulty with hardcore mode enabled. We start our adventure in Doc Mitchell's house, and due to the challenge we name ourselves Chip Hazard, as that's hilarious, and we also have to watch our health bar at all times. Chip Hazard looks beautiful and fit and ready to find his comrades in the Fallout universe. Once at the special machine, we forego charisma and endurance so we can put our points in luck and intelligence. We go for 6 strength, 7 perception, 1 endurance, 1 charisma, 10 intelligence, 5 agility and 10 luck. We make sure the game is set to maximum difficulty, which is very hard in the options menu, then we decide our stats. Now these numbers on screen, all you need to know is the higher the number is, the better we are at that said skill, with the maximum being 100. At the start of the game we get to tag 3 skills, which is what we're doing now, which increases the score by 15, which is a very big deal for us. We go for guns, barter and sneak. Lastly, we have traits. These allow you to customise your character further whilst trading in for something else. Think of them as trades-offs to specialise your character further. But because we can't take damage, some of these have no downside for us. The first trait we take is small frame, giving us +1 agility, and our limbs get crippled easier, but since we won't be hit, our limbs won't get crippled, so a no-brainer. The second trait we take is Kamikaze. It lowers our damage threshold by -2, but we gain 10 action points, which is used in that. Kind of situational for us, but 10 free action points in this challenge is something, and something is better than nothing. Doc Mitchell's house is then rife for us to raid, including a 9mm submachine gun and a chemistry set for us to make medical supplies. When we're about to leave, we enable hardcore mode, and so it begins, Chip Hazard's adventure. The first thing we do is steal the Chinese Special Ops training manual, increasing our sneak by 3, which is good. We also get a varmint rifle and the extended mags modification, so we can hold 3 extra rounds in our magazines. Sunny Smiles kindly offers to help us out, so we shoot some bottles and go shoot some geckos, which is surprisingly terrifying. Then we go to the cemetery, take out the bloatflies one by one, get the snow globe along with some brock flower and some zander root by the schoolhouse, then see Sunny congratulate us. She says we should see Trudy the barmaid, but we shall do no such thing. Instead we hunt for more geckos, then level up. We go for sneak and barter. For our perk, we go for Swift Learner, giving us 10% additional XP when experience is earned. So soon enough, we get to Primm and disarm some mines, and we keep going. We shoddily take out 2 raiders in the road, and Major Knight greets us at the NCR outpost. We repair our humble varmint rifle and our Silence 22, just in case Ranger Jackson wants the road cleared as well. Ranger Ghost wants nipped and scouted, and with our repaired varmint rifle, it's pretty trivial. In Good Springs, we find a varmint rifle silencer, and we also go ahead and get a scope. So now we have essentially a budget sniper rifle, which is pretty decent for this early on. We do some tests with our budget sniper rifle on some powder gangers. We hit level 3, giving us 50 sneak, and get some gun skill as well. We head on over to Primm and go straight to save Deputy Beagle with the varmint rifle. It does okay, sometimes it 1 taps, sometimes it 2 taps, but having something like this at this stage of the game is more than we could ask for. Beagle is saved and our stuff is sold, and he says Primm needs a sheriff. We go to Lieutenant Haynes, he says that he needs an additional squad. So we go see Major Knight, request support, and go back to Lieutenant Haynes, tell him the good news and level up. We get guns and barter, and our perk is confirmed bachelor, so we do 10% extra damage against male humanoids. The NCR Correctional Facility is next on our list. We can now one-tap the guards for our rifle, and we take everyone in the towers and the guard on the gate out. Thanks to the gate guard's uniform, no one is the wiser, and we take everybody out very rapidly. The joys of silent weapons in New Vegas, everybody. In the admin building, we level up, putting points into guns, and upstairs we take out more people. It's actually quite hilarious, and then we talk to Eddie. He wants Chavez taken out, which is really easy as we are a marksman, so we swiftly deal with him from afar. Next we have a merchant, and that just takes a sneaky shotgun blast to him, and that is really hilarious. And lastly we go to Primm. John Nash then tells us the NCR want to attack the facility. We side with the NCR since we've already taken the care of the guards for them, so it's extremely one-sided, and we win. It's time to head to Nipton, and on the way there we level up, putting all our points into guns and get the Bloody Mess perk, improving our damage by 5% across the board. Some Jackal members are unfortunate enough to fall to our varmint rifle, as well as this guy. We also deal with some Legion members with some trouble as they are all two-tapped. Bolts then gets what he deserves, and we report to Ranger Ghost and Ranger Jackson. All is well, and we head on our way to Novak, but we level up, putting points into our guns. We go through Novak and trading post 188 to get to the gun runners. We purchase some hollow point rounds for our 22 pistol. In case you didn't know, hollow points deal more damage against unarmored targets, and armor piercings do the opposite. In Freeside, a lot of the kings get taken out by us for some free experience more than anything else. We make our way to one of the casinos. We manage to keep our holdout weapons, kill this guard silently, then we mess up and kill this guy not so silently. But we get his keys off him and open the vault like storage room. Inside is exactly what we're after, which is a sniper rifle. This is going to be our new best friend this run, and we immediately use it to kill some more emerters. And a level up is thrown our way for good measure. We now have 100 in guns, which is amazing, and our perk is Swift Learner rank 2, so we can get level ups quicker, which is really nice. Lucky 38 is next on our list, and Mr. House wants us to get Benny so we can get the platinum chip. We swipe the snow globe in the Lucky 38 as well and turn both our snow globes in for 4,000 caps. We also get a sniper rifle silencer so it makes no noise. We also purchase a little something special for later on in the run, and this is going to be a lot of fun. Once we enter the Tops Casino, we keep our holdout weapons and we use our 22 pistol with hollow points to kill Benny's bodyguards. We go around the Tops, murder any security we come across, and sure enough we find Yes Man in Benny's room, who explains Benny's whole plan to us, making it clear what we have to do. We go to Swanks, Benny's right-hand man, who puts Benny in timeout, and Benny cottons on pretty fast. However, we already have a gun pointed at him, so we detach all of his limbs from his body. This is why Chip Hazard is very dangerous, Benny. Do not mess with him. Once the platinum chips is ours, we level up, putting points into speech and grabbing the finesse perk, helping us score more critical hits much easier. Swanks is also very happy because he's now the new boss here, so we take our leave. Then the Legion send an envoy to us, given a mark which we'll use much later. We rendezvous with Mr. House. He goes on about the chip's history, then takes us to the bunker to upgrade all of his Securitrons. They are now Mark IIs, which is excellent. The next thing on the agenda is going to the Legion and gaining access to a facility. We also get a level up and put all of our points into speech, but once at Cottonwood Cove there's a nice ledge and we have a sniper, so begin sniping the Legion for more free experience. Once at the docks, we go on a boat and ride to the fort. Once at the fort, our weapons get confiscated, probably for the best, and we meet Kaiser, who is an absolute nasty piece of work. We go to the outpost, our weapons are foolishly handed back to us, and we go into the bunker. Mr. House awaits us on a console, and he says there's an army of Securitrons here, and we need to upgrade them, which we'll do with pleasure. The bunker itself isn't too bad. We find some plasma grenades. Our riot shotgun gets some work done as well, and we also access the console where all the Securitrons are upgraded, so our task is complete. We level up and we put all of our points into speech again. As for our perk, we grab Swift Learner rank 3, so we gain 30% extra experience now whenever experience is gained, which is very useful. We then managed to stealthily kill the guards with some difficulties. Admittedly, it was trial and error. However, now we can use our weapons on the Legion in their camp for free XP as we see fit. By the time we're done, the Legion camp is pretty much now empty, since we've dealt with every Legion soldier, unbeknownst to Kaiser. Kaiser then asked us to kill Mr. House, which is definitely not going to happen. So to punish him, we kill all of his troops as we leave. And yeah, the beauty of silenced weapons in New Vegas, folks, just a bunch of free experience. We go back to Good Springs, get Doc Mitchell to get all of the radiation out of our system, and all is well. Mr. House has our next task on hand, and we have to find our comrade Nick Nitro's followers, the Boomers. Mr. House wants the Boomers' guns and firepower, and we do not want to disappoint him. Now, the Boomer artillery is something I always dread when doing these types of challenges, but it's not so bad this time. It takes 5 attempts, and we managed to get through unharmed. Pearl says we can help around the base, which is always good, and we listen to the tale of the Boomers' people, ask a bunch of questions for the fame gain. We also get the snow globe, which is amazing. Loyal gives us a sonic emitter, thanks to passing the speech check, and we go to Helios 1 to get some solar panel parts. We also kill a bunch of robots in the main tower in Helios 1 and level up in the process, gaining explosive skill, along with the perk Light Steps, so floor-based traps don't go off when we walk over them. Very useful. We repair the solar panels in the Boomer's base, then unalive some ants, which is a piece of cake for us. We use the sonar device Loyal gives us, and then we hand in the quests without any trouble. And Pearl says we're ready to hear about the lady in the water. We go and ask Loyal. He says there's a bomber at the bottom of the lake. So we go ahead and get Jack to make us a rebreather so we don't have to hold our breath and the lake won't kill us. The bomber is easily taken care of, the ballast is set, we use Loyal's detonator on the shore and the bomber surfaces. We report back to Loyal, who gives us the green light. We then go to Pearl, who agrees to assist us, and we level up, getting 50 explosives and some speech. Mr. House calls us back. We have to go to the Brotherhood of Steel. We quickly do the Ranger quest, and then Elder McNamara lets us on the base. We pickpocket his keycard on the stairs, then his head paladin has a accident, so we get his keycard. His head scribe also has a accident. We get the self-destruct password generated, then actually activate the self-destruct. We use the head scribe's robes and we run through and manage to get to the surface and explode the Brotherhood of Steel bunker. Nice and easy, and Nick Nitro would be proud. We then report back to Mr. House, and he states that the NCR President Aaron Kimball is arriving. We have to keep him alive. There's actually a really simple way of doing this, which I'll show you momentarily. So after reporting to Ranger Grant, we grab a engineered jumpsuit, and when the President's vertibird lands, we get to work. Rather than stopping all the actions, we let this engineer do his thing, and then when he turns around, we just shoot him and end him. We disarm the bomb on the President's vertibird. President Kimball then bleeds almost immediately, not even giving a speech, not even going down the steps. He boards his vertibird and then he flies off. The mission is a success, it's nice and smooth, and job's a good 'un. We also level up and get max speech level, which is now at 100. Our perk we decide to go for is better critical, so we have a 50% extra damage with our critical hits. We report our success to Mr. House, and he now wants a power station under his control, which we can easily do. We unalive an NCR member, take his uniform so we can enter the base, and we manage to rapidly destroy a squad of NCR soldiers and use the override to control the power station, which is pretty decent. Mr. House then mentions everything is set and that we are good to go for the Hoover Dam battle. We get the prompt and we are certainly ready. So we click, let's do this. We arrive at Hoover Dam and the Centurions are actually quite scary, but we use the sniper towers to our advantage to avoid their line of sight and take pop shots at the enemies. The fight goes our way, our personal Securitron does decent damage, and we gain access to the main control room. We use that to do a double kill and it's extremely satisfying. Mr. House is uploaded into the mainframe, gaining control of Hoover Dam. He even prints out some terms of surrender papers to present to General Oliver, which is just amazing, so thank you, Mr. House. The power plant is then switched on, so all is good. The second half of the bridge is quite terrifying as the enemy Centurions have marksman rifles and anti-material rifles which can hit us from a long way. However, the Securitrons do their job in spades as they just manage to demolish the enemy and do most of the work for us, whilst we snipe most of the enemy from a safe distance. The Legate camp isn't actually that difficult. We just kill the Praetorians from a safe distance and we still have our Securitron if they get too close. So it's very trivial. Now for the Legate. I'm not actually that worried about the Legate because the thing we got earlier was specifically for taking him out. So we get our fat man out, loaded with 3 big kid nukes, and yeah, the Legate doesn't really stand a chance. It's absolutely hilarious, and 3 big kid nukes takes out absolutely everyone. With our Securiton on tow, we talk to General Oliver, who we serve the papers for his surrender. He is naturally not impressed and pretty pissed. However, we serve him on a platter. Mr. House then comes in and says General Oliver will be fired for his loss here, and his chances are he won't be commanding ever again, and President Kimball will never be able to return to office, winning us the run, answering the question, can you beat Fallout New Vegas on hardcore mode without taking any damage? The answer is yes. Yes, you can. I have to admit that was a very stressful and just brutal run, but we did it, and my word. The sniper performed amazing. I wanted to avoid using the Rat Slayer or the anti-material rifle, but getting to use nukes at the end was absolutely amazing and so cool. But that run was really something. It certainly was the most challenging run yet. And I hope you enjoyed it. Anyway, our next video will be Fallout New Vegas with boxing tape. Unarmed runs are always really fun and pretty cool, so stay tuned for that. Also, thank you so much for the messages on the 3K sub special video. That's really, really nice of all of you and really cool. I can't thank you all enough. It's just delightful seeing you all be so complimentary. I really don't know what to say other than thank you. You guys are just amazing as anything, so thank you so much. Currently working on a 4K subscriber special, so that should be a lot of fun, and you guys are just so decent. So with that, like the video if you like the video, subscribe if you're new, and comment down below. It's nice hearing from you, as you're all so wonderful, especially of late. And I hope you all have an absolutely wonderful day. Thank you for watching and have an awesome time. So thank you, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Take care.